Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2021 GV80 3.5 liter as 116,297 kilometers. And customer complaint, multiple warning lights. As you can see there, we got a front radar, front collision system, check engine light, downhill assist, traction, auto hold, EPB. If I'm gonna go drive or reverse, let's see, earlier it was showing all the messages, right? Anyway, and also the customer is also complaining about sunroof is leaking. That's what it says. Anyway, I'm performing a multiple full system scan right now. So we're gonna wait what's gonna be the okay, as for the engine, we got 19 fault codes there, so I'm gonna let it go through for all the systems, and let's see what to be our course of action on this one, because that's a lot of codes right now. So I hope this is just a easy one, let's hope. But yeah, okay, so fault system scan is done. I was just gonna scroll through with this all the system. We can communicate all the module ELSD, so we don't know if it's equipped with it because it says no communication. Okay, so EPS, ESC, ECS, sorry, ADS driving, OCS, airbag, AVN, built-in cam, no, we don't have that, IBU, BCM, power seat, amp. Okay, so most of the module we can communicate that's equipped with this. We don't see any no communication on a module, but we have a lot of codes on each module. So let's see. DTC. Okay, invalid data received, battery monitor module, lost communication, CAN communication, invalid data received from chassis module, lost communication. So this is on a powertrain. Oh my god. High speed CAN communication. We get an active code for CAN signal error LSD. So the guy has an ELSD then, because he has an LSD. Signal failure, 4-wheel drive. CAN bus off. VSS, active brake, reversible, driver's assistance parking. ESC active, failure brake signal. So he has an LSD. Okay, the only thing that we can confirm is when we lift this up, and if there's an actuator there at the back of the, or call that, on the rear differential. But last time too, when I turned this on, okay, let's try that again. As you can see there, our sunroof is open. Is the sunroof open? And sunroof is closed, as you can see there. I don't know why it's showing open. So let's start this. So you can see there, check limited slip differential. That's the only light for now. And then I'm gonna go reverse. Let's see. I think when I start moving, that's the time all the warning lights comes on. Let's try again. Okay, nothing. Why? Earlier, before I did the recording, battery light was on. That's why we got a code for invalid for battery module or something like that. And we don't have any lights, and like earlier. So I'm gonna save our full system scan here, clear all the codes, and start it again and see. So it has an ELSD, electronic limited slip differential, but we didn't communicate here. As you can see there, ELSD communication failure, and the check limited slip differential. Why it failed? Okay, so let me go through all this again, and then we will see what codes comes up again if I'm gonna clear all the codes, start the vehicle again, and before we do anything crazy in testing, let's lift up this vehicle and just double check if it has really a rear differential, and check our wiring diagram, if that rear ELSD, sorry, is connected to the communication lens, right? Because I think if something wrong there, it corrupted the communication. So yeah. Okay, so the only code that stayed is the CAN signal error, LSD, right? So far cluster all cleared. So as of right now, everybody is happy with their communication. So let's just double check our rear differential and see and what's going on in there. Do a visual inspection, and let's double check our wiring diagram later if that ELSD is connected to our communication, right? If it's affecting all the lines. So yeah. Okay, so we're underneath the vehicle right now. There's our four-wheel drive ECU, right? Transfer case, or if whatever you call that. And we're gonna go in the rear. Okay, so we got the limited slip differential. Why is this harness on the drive shaft? I didn't damage the whole loop. Well, why is it like that? Well, anyway, let's go and just double check this. So nothing out of ordinary here. Alright, all the connections are plugged in. So this loop is going here, and it's going up. You can see all some muds here. Now the question is, we know that we got a hard fault right now with the CAN signal error on the LSD. Now we're gonna check where's this limited slip module, and I guess we can start checking from there. So far nothing out of ordinary here underneath the vehicle. So let's go to the wiring diagram. Okay, so we're in the wiring diagram section. I'm gonna go to our limited slip differential. So I guess it's in the, okay, here on the four-wheel drive system, transfer case, and electronic slip differential. Wiring diagram here. Here's our ELSD module. So it's using only PCAN, powertrain control area network, PCAN. Okay, and let's click this. Where's this connected? That's on the trunk. Okay, that's good. And it's gonna go straight to our ELSD motor. It's saying CAN signal error. The pressure sensor, or whatever is the actuator, is just a temperature sensor, pressure sensor, and a motor. So something in here, or it could be that something goes wonky on this side here on our actuator and corrupting what's in the control area on the module itself, right? So let's click this data link connector details. So our ELSD is here as you follow my mouse. Here I got electronic IBU, IEB unit. We know that we got some communication with our IEB unit. Let's go more. Four-wheel drive ECU, TCM, ECM. Okay. So how many modules we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 modules on the PCAN. So I guess what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go access the trunk compartment and locate our ELSD control module, check our power, ground, or you know what, we can also check our ELSD fuses first, right? And yeah, I think we can, that's on the rear junction block. That's the rear fuse box with your 810 amp. But let's go straight here with the control module, because at least I think I can just remove some compartment trims there in the trunk, and we can locate this ELSD module and we can check our circuits there. Okay, so we're in the trunk area. I just removed our stuff there. I remove our cover. I can see there's some, I think this guy is going camping or whatever. But there's some dirt there under. So let's see. I'm just gonna open this. And then you have 4 screws, I think, for this one. Okay, and then I think, okay, that's about it. Now we're gonna remove this whole assembly. Okay. Okay, this is very interesting here. So as you can see there, that's dirt. There's water. There's some molds there. Okay, let me grab my mask first because there's molds. Okay, so as you can see there, that's all dirt. Oh my god. So there's water here. Here's our ELSD. I got some Allen key here. I don't know where's from the customer. This is for golf. Pencils. So I think our controller here got submerged in water because there's some water here. This one is, what is this module? I don't know, it doesn't say. But here, this one, this car also is equipped with, oh, brake, what do you call that? Trailer hitch. As you can see here, there's some corrosion going on here. As you can see there, oh my god, this is nasty stuff, man. There, that's corrosion, broken wire there. And where's this? That's for our trailer hitch. So I wonder if I'm gonna remove the trailer hitch, if it will not do anything on our on our ELSD, because I don't see anything from here, right? So you know what? Before I unplug this guy here, let's I'm just gonna grab my single channel scope and measure the CAN signal there and see what's the pattern in there. Check our power, ground, and then we're gonna unplug it and see what's the difference. Okay, so let's do our power and ground first. So pin 10 and 7, that's pink and gray. Pink and gray. So I see it here. I put in the ignition on, and that's the only pink that I can see. I'm using my test light right now, so I'm just gonna, nothing. Why? Okay, nothing there. The gray in 7, I think 1 is okay, 1 is white, so we're correct here. I'm gonna go to the gray pin 7. Is it engine running? It says hot at all times. Okay, in gray we got that fuse, but the pink wire, this one, we don't have power there. Let me double check again one more. Nothing. Okay, and we're gonna go for ground. That's pin number 9. Okay, so that's beside our pink wire. I'm gonna go check our ground. Okay, ground is good. Light up the test light. Okay, obviously we cannot really double check our communication lines because we're missing a power. Now we have to check this fuse, what's going on with one. Let me just double check since we're here. That's orange and blue, so I see one orange here. Okay, so our orange, as you can see there. And let me maximize this a little bit. So that pattern there, I know I'm not using the picoscope, but can I stop this? Okay, so there, let's go more here. Oh, there, so that's an ugly, that's a can high, but as you can see that pattern, it's not straight from 2.5 to 4.5. I'm gonna go to the can low, that's the blue one, but we know already we're missing power, so I'm just checking here what's the pattern for educational purposes. If we're missing power, what's our communication looks like. There you go. Here's our can low. That's, let's see, what does it show? So that's from 2.8 to 1.6, but as you can see that pattern there, it's not really a great, it's just a quick check, but it's not really, like, you know, nice pattern. So yeah, but it's pointless to check that because we're missing power, right? I just want to see how it looks like if we're missing power. So now we're gonna look for this junction block. Where's this located? I wonder. Location. Okay, so this side here. It's in this side. Can we access that? I hope we can access that. Can I remove this? I think I can remove that. Okay, there we go. So ELSD 20 amp. 20 amp. Okay. Okay, ELSD 20 amp. That's gonna be beside 15 and 20, so it's gonna be here. Let's quickly check that and see if our fuse is blown there. So I'm gonna check other fuse. Okay, the power, so test light is all working. So this is our ELSD. Okay, so that's blown. That's blown. So I wonder if that's shorted. The only thing we can check if that's shorted is, let me grab a needle nose pliers. So that's blown. Okay, open. Our fuse is open. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but that's open. So let's see if that other side is shorted. Yeah, that's shorted. So I'm gonna grab my bulb to check if that's short. Let's see, wait. Okay, so I'm using my terminal kit here for testing. So basically our test light or our bulb here, one end is connected to the power side. So I'm gonna explain to you guys. So basically what I'm doing is one end here on our fuse, that's power, so you should expect power there. The other end, that's should be power too, right? Because that's a power circuit. But if our test light turns on, if I'm gonna connect the other side of the bulb in here and turns on, meaning somewhere in this line is shorted to ground, right? So I'm gonna connect now. As you can see, my test light turned on there. Let me just put this on test light turns on, or the bulb. So our next is we're gonna remove our component, which is our ELSD, right? So I'm gonna remove our ELSD now. That's out. As you can see there, no more bulb there. The bulb is out. I just unplugged that, but when I just unplug it, I just see something here. As you can see there, corrosion. I wonder in the module itself. I think I can remove the module. Let me remove the module quick. So by doing that, at least we know that it's not on the circuit or the wiring, that's the power circuit that's going to the module is shorted to ground. We know that it's because of the module that's shorted. And since it's the module is connected to the power can, causing all the issue. Okay, so there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Inside there's some corrosion on that module itself. But the question there is this harness, oh my god. For sure his trailer hitch wiring, that's also not working. The question there is why there's water here. Customer is complaining leaking sunroof. And I read a bulletin. Let me just remove this, you guys. I read a bulletin regarding drain hose for the GV80, GV70. So I don't know if that's related on this one. I know his sunroof, the customer's sunroof, showing open, even though the car is the sunroof itself is off, closed. Sorry. So let's try again. Maybe it corrupted the whole data. I'm just saying that. So I unplugged that module. So let's turn this off first. This car. Let's see if does it show. Yeah, it's still showing there. Can I move that? Okay, I just heard move that. Okay, it's still open. Unless it needs to be calibrated. So let me just do a quick calibration here. If it okay, that opens. By saying sunroof is leaking. So let's close this again. That's a closed position. That's still open there on our indicator. I'm gonna try to hold it. I should hear some clicking right now. Did you do any repair on the sunroof? Or it's gonna be the same as the G70, that even though it's closed, showing open. Sorry, the sunroof is not recalibrating. That's a different issue. I don't know if it's gonna be the same yeah, it won't do anything. So get an issue or module there. Let's scan it for codes and see. I know we cannot communicate, so that's why the ELSD earlier, we cannot communicate to that module because we're missing power, right? So it blew the fuse. So I'm gonna let it go through again and see what we have here. Okay, so done with the system scan. We still the same one code here for our ABS, and that's gonna be signal error LSD, which is because of that. And we should be able to, unless the whole harness is corrupted with the corrosion, we should have a good communication in there. Because why is this showing? It should not show like this. It should show no communication with the LSD. Let me clear this. Can I clear that? Okay, let's see. Okay, still the same code. So let's try again and see. Okay, first I have to see this corrosion area. This is the one for our harness or for our communication line. So blue and orange, there's some corrosion in there. Yeah, there's some corrosion in there. So where can we tap? So I'm looking for a connection here. ELSD JF09. I can see it here. It's all wet, right? Soaked with water. Next will be, I guess we're gonna go MF11, right? And just measure from there, because that's all water. And that joint connector that's in the harness itself, they tape it hard there. So MF11 is here, and this guy, so we can go there at least, and then we can see how's that data packets or the communication line looks like. So our wires is in the middle, so I'm gonna look for the middle ones. Let me remove this because I'm using a breakout box so that I have a good ground there. This is hard. It's all crowded with wires. Why there's corrosion here too? Oh my god. I can just see corrosion. You know what? Let me just turn this off. Turn off our equipment here. Why there's corrosion here? I see it in the back of the pins. Oh my god. Yeah. There you go, there's a corrosion. So that's why I'm still seeing signal error. Because you should not be able to see signal error. The module, it's either will say cannot communicate to the module, to the affected module. So it's all corroded there, right? This is not good. That's the whole harness. And this one is corroded too. As you can see there, it's too bright, but yeah, that's corrosion. Let me grab our too much corrosion here. So is that affected to our can high, can low? If yes, that's why everything goes wonky. So I'm just gonna poke some wires here. Okay, that's can low. Should be can. That's can high, can low. Well, which one is that? I don't see that in our wiring diagram. 35, 36, 38, 39. That's in the opposite direction. That's with the ELSD. So 35, 36, 38, 39. I was poking 40, 35. So something is wrong in there. Something is wrong. So I don't know what color. The only thing I can do is to check the color wire on that one. How am I gonna do that if it's all or should I stop my diagnosis? I'll just tell them that, hey, there's corrosion on the harness, and that's it. That's the only thing I can do. But there's water there. Of course, the water is causing all this issue. But is it because of the clogged sunroof drain? I need to find that orange though. Blue, orange, blue. So cause I don't know if I'm poking the right wires. Let's plug you guys here and see our data there. Looks like that's can low. So it's 35 can low. Let me double check here. 35. That's can high. Maybe I'm reverse. So can high 35. It's in the corner. That's can low. So that's 38. We get some data there. And the other component, that's wrong. That's still grounded. Is that ground? Or no at all? Oh, that's not ground. Something is shorted on that line. 1, 2, 3. No. This is can high. We said each other can low. It's on the side, but the wiring diagram shows they're on opposite direction or location. And it's so hard to see because of the connection here. What we can do is, let's go straight to our, I'm gonna plug that back in. Or maybe because we're not ignition on. Let me try that ignition on and see what. So I think I turn off the vehicle. Ignition on. Scan low. Nothing. It's empty there. Can high, can low. Okay. So we know that there's corrosion here. Let's go back at the trunk area. And I guess for me the easiest is to just go to the ELSD module and measure that, unplug and see. I know there's some corrosion on that wire. I just want to see how it looks like, because it should look like normal if our module is the only culprit. if it's not normal the way it looks like. Something as we can see on the corrosion, the connector corrosion here. So in the circuit it's already compromised, because if nothing is wrong I should get a good waveform or communication, right? So let's go back to the trunk again. Okay, so we're gonna go directly to this connector, because I didn't know that there's also corrosion on that area. So that's why I go straight there, not here. But let's see here, that's pin number 1 2 3 4. So 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna show you guys. I like this waveform. Okay, I'm just gonna pause that. I know it's not great, but we got move this cursor. Let's see the measurement. So that's 2.1. It should be 2.5, so something is still wrong. To 1.1, so 1 volt difference on our data packets. But there's still maybe because of missing module. So let's go to our, that's can low, let's go to can high. I know there's some corrosion. Position. Oh, I can't change the position. I'm just gonna go up, so that's our can high. That's our can high. So I know we're using our 1-channel scope here. So that's 2.5 to 3.5. Unlike the can low, it's starting at 2.1. They should start both at 2.5. So I'll end my diagnosis on this one. I think you guys see that there's some corrosion and all dirt here in the trunk. The question is the water. Is the water from our sunroof? I have to double check that and see if this is clogged or something like that, so that we can assume that it's because of that water drain hose on the sunroof. But I saw a bulletin regarding that. So especially here, it's full of water here. Most likely it needs a new ELSD module, the harness here. I think this is part of the floor harness, but the problem on the other side, on the MF11 that I showed you guys, I thought there's no corrosion there. The female and male has corrosion, so I think the female, the female one that's going into the dash, that's the dash harness. The male one, that's going to the floor, right? Oh my goodness, this is a lot of work, but we have to determine first where's this water coming from. But as per the customer, he's saying that water leaking from the sunroof. So I'm gonna check that and see, make sure our drain hose are working. So yeah, I'm gonna put everything back together, not everything together, but just put it all inside. But yeah, so this is my diagnosis on this one, the multiple warning lights with a shorted ELSD module because of the corrosion, because of the water, blown fuse. And yeah, let's see if this is approved, because this is 116,000. I don't know what they're gonna do with this one. They're gonna sell this car, they're gonna put it in warranty. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that diagnosis, and let me know what you guys think, and I'll update you guys if I'll find something leaking on our sunroof. I know our sunroof doesn't show closed, even though it's physically closed. So I don't know if there's also something wrong in that harness area there. So yeah, see you again next time, and thanks again for watching.